Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Mr. Dooley Assembly this year. And this week, I am going to go back to our favourite topic on behavioural neuroscience, and I'm going to see how much of this stuff you guys can remember. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is the chimp brain and the human brain. You may remember that the brain controls the way you think and feel. So everything you think in your head, all the memories you've got, all the things you've learned in class over the years, is all in that disgusting looking thing that's in your skull. And also it controls the way you feel. So all the different emotions that you can see on here and many, many others are all controlled inside this thing. And if you get very technical, like this very technical picture shows, different parts of the brain do different things. The hearing is in this part, taste is in this part, balance, posture, and coordination are in this part. But we are going to focus on, today we're going to focus on two parts of the brain that you may have guessed. We're going to look at the human brain and the chimp brain. Now, here is a picture of a human brain and a chimp brain. Now, there's not much difference. You might be able to guess which one's which. They look very similar. There's a slight difference in size, and all the parts are very similar, and we share many things in common with the chimp brain. And we're going to use that as our analogy, comparing the bits that we share that's in our human brain with the bits that are also in the chimp brain. But as you can see here, the chimp brain is lacking this big, it hasn't got as much of a bigger squiggly bit on the top. Right, so here's the first test. Here's another picture of the brain, like just the last one, cut in half, and now we can see the inside parts of the brain. And we're going to concentrate on this bit at the front. And you might be able to guess, put your hand up now, and your teacher will pick someone out. What is this part called? Well done. It is the human brain. Give yourselves a thumbs up if you got that bit right. And then we're going to look at this bit in the middle of the brain. So this is right in between your temple, these bits, right in there. And put your hand up if you can think what it is. If you said the chimp brain, well done. Now, extra bonus points now if you can remember what the fancy scientific name is for these parts. I think this one's going to come up first. Can you get it? It's the... If you said prefrontal cortex, give yourself actually a marshmallow clap. Well done. Prefrontal cortex. You can say it. Prefrontal cortex. I wonder how many people did that. And this bit, another one, I think my money's on Saeed remembering this in my class. This bit, what's it called? The limbic system. Well done if you got that. Well done, Saeed, if you remembered that from last year. Right, let's move on. We'll look at a simpler version, just to highlight some of the key areas. This bit is this bit is our chimp brain, and our chimp brain is what we share with the chimp, and he sits there in the middle of our brain, and he sometimes makes decisions. He or she sometimes makes decisions for us. And then we've got this guy here, or girl, and that is in our prefrontal cortex up there. And finally, another part that we have talked about, but we're not going to concentrate on today, is the computer part of the brain in the parietal part of the brain. I can never say that right. Parietal part of the brain. Anyway, so the focus for today is recapping. How do these parts of the brain react differently? That's what we're going to be looking at today. And I've got a few scenarios for you and see if we can guess how they're going to react. So, you're at home and you think there is a monster under my bed. What are the different parts of our brain going to do with this information? So, our human brain, look at this happy little chap. Human brain It doesn't really make sense to be scared of my imagination. I'll check in the daytime and go to sleep. Missed that bit off there. And what's the chimp brain going to do with this thing if it thinks there's a monster under its bed? The chimp brain, unfortunately, is going to go, I'm in danger, panic, and then probably start crying and possibly not go to sleep straight away. Now, who thinks which one's right in this situation? Yeah, I'm thinking the human brain's got this one sorted. Let's try another scenario. I'm worried about something at school. Now, this might have happened to some people. It might have been something that's bothering them about school. Now, you've got choices, which part of the brain you use. Human brain. What's the human brain like to say? Well, the human brain's going to I'll make a plan. I'll think about what's bothering me and trying to sort it out. And what I could do is speak to a grown-up or think of other ways to solve it. So if it's a problem, as in like a maths problem, you could think of some strategies to solve it. Or if it's a friendship problem, you could think of some other ways to solve it. There's lots of different things you can do. And if it's a chimp brain decision, if the chimp brain is in charge, I'm so sad and anxious, I'm just going to cry. That's unfortunately what the chimp brain is going to do. And I think this might be the last one. Someone was unkind to me. Now, imagine you're in the playground or something and someone does something to you that's unkind. It's Miss Plowman's favourite word, being kind. And hopefully no one would be unkind, but it could happen. And so what might happen is the human brain reacts. The human brain would probably go, I'll be calm. Then I'll tell them I don't like it and I'll just walk away. And then if they carry on, probably go and tell a grown-up. What might the chimp brain do in this situation? That makes me cross. Hit them back. That's just a chimp brain telling the person to do that. It doesn't always have to react to what chimp brain says. I really shouldn't have put that in there, should I? That's a bad choice. Right, now, discussion time. This you can do with your class. I'm going to give you some more scenarios and then we're going to stop the video and your teacher can show the slide and we can talk about it with them in class. So what might both these brains do in the situation? So you've got your human brain, the happy, smiley human brain, and you've got the chimp brain who doesn't always make the best decisions. So it's bedtime, but you don't feel tired. Have a think. What's your human brain going to do and what's your chimp brain going to do? And the other scenario, it's the end of break, but you're enjoying yourself, having a great time on the playground. Now, what's your human brain going to do at this point and what's the chimp brain going to do? And then the final thing to talk about is it's the start of a big running race. You're sat there on the start line in starting position, everyone's watching. What's your human brain going to do and what's your chimp brain going to do? So now you can spend a few moments chatting about this with your class teacher. And now I'm going to say goodbye. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Cheerio.